G'day folks, it's Sean here from Air Photography. Seems like only yesterday I uploaded a video going over some newly released photo leaks of the upcoming Mini 3. In fact, it was only yesterday. But I guess as we get closer to the release date, leaks are going to be coming in fast and hard. Yesterday we got quite a few new photos from Dealsdrone on Twitter. And the problem with those ones were they were very blurry and pixelated. They kind of looked like they were taken on a cell phone from 15 years ago. But the photos that he leaked this morning are actually quite clear and show us a lot of detail. In fact, some of those photos confirm a few of the leaked features of the Mini 3. So let's go ahead here and we'll take a closer look at some of the leaked photos. First of all, you can see this picture here is of the arm, and again we see that Mini 3 Pro branding, and you can't really see a lot of detail there at the side, but that's interesting. Here's the next one here. Maybe I'll just blow that in. We get a good look at the front-facing sensors, and they are quite large compared to the aircraft body. And a lot of people are saying that the drone is ugly, and myself, I will concur a little bit. It is, I wouldn't say it's ugly, but it's a little odd looking. But for me, as long as the camera works well, it can fight the wind, good flight time, that's really all I care about. And that it's, got a good build quality to it, of course. At the back here, we can get a closer look at that thing that I mentioned yesterday. It looks like a button. So I do believe that is a battery release there. Say that the button is built into the battery, because you can tell by that line there. So it looks like that whole back end slides out. But the other interesting thing here, again, you can see we have those LEDs on the front arm now. And the other thing you'll probably notice is that there's no legs now. You can see on the Mini 2 here, we always had those front legs. And the back just sat on those two little fins there. But on this newly designed Mini 3, you can see none of the arms touch the ground. So that's kind of an interesting design change. Again, here's a nice side view of it. We can get a good look at it. Here's a nice front view, again, giving us a nice look at those sensors. If we zoom in again, we can see f1.7. So it's going to have pretty good capabilities in low light situations. The other thing is you can see this gimbal here, and it looks quite different than what we've seen in the past. So the next slide here is from the back. You can see a good back view of it, and this shows us a few interesting things. Again, we can see those rear obstacle avoidance sensors and how they have it cut out so it can see down the back of the drone. But it also gives us a good look at the USB-C charging port and the memory card slot. You can see right there at the top. So that's been moved from the Mini 2. The Mini 2 was down below the battery, but on the Mini 3 it's now up above. And again, we can see that battery release button, and it looks like the whole battery slides out from the back. Unlike the Mini 2 that had a door and the battery was inside, on the Mini 3 it looks like the whole battery just slides out of the back. And again, at the top there, we can see the power button and the LED lights. Now, this next slide here is the one that's really interesting, and it kind of confirms one of the features that some people had talked about. Now, I don't know if you can see that there. Let's bring it in a little closer. If you take a look at the camera, it's set vertically there. So that was one of the rumors, is that the drone will be able to shoot vertical video without cropping the image, and as you can see there, it looks like the camera flips right up. And it's not surprising that DJI would adopt that because, things like Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, of course TikTok, a lot of that vertical format video is becoming quite popular, and having the camera turn vertically allows you to get nice quality video without having to crop it. Now, what's going to be interesting is how they adapt the Fly app. I actually have a beta version of the Autel Evo Light, the one that can have the camera turn vertically, and it's actually pretty slick how it works. When you set the camera to vertical, the whole interface changes to vertical, and they actually have an adapter where you can spin your phone, and then everything is laid out vertically for easy filming and still have access to all your settings. So it's going to be interesting to see how DJI adapts the Fly app for shooting in vertical. So let's go to the next one here. You can see we get a bottom view. Again, 249 grams. I know some people are concerned that it looks a little too big and it's not going to be under that 249 gram mark, but that there confirms that it is. And again, we get a nice close-up look of that camera and new gimbal assembly. Here's another side view. Nothing new we haven't just seen in some of the other slides. And then there's a nice little top-down view. And again, we can get a good look at the back rear-facing sensors. And there it is in its folded state. And another view from the back in its folded state. You can see how the arms tuck in And you can see it's really different the way the arms are laid out and how they fold. With the Mini 2, the front arms are at the top, the back arms are at the bottom, but on the Mini 3 here you can see that's reversed. So there are some differences there. And I do believe that is the last photo, and yes indeed it is. So yeah, some really interesting photos here. As we get closer to the launch date, we're probably going to get even better images, probably even the official ones that DJI creates for the launch. They tend to leak about a week before the actual product launches. And I'm going to estimate this week we're actually going to get some spec leaks. We haven't really got much information about if there are different packages, the image sensor is, flight time. We haven't really got any full confirmation on what that's going to be. But I imagine we'll see a lot of that this week coming up. So yeah, folks, that's basically it for this video. I want to thank DealsDrone for sharing these great photos on Twitter. So all credit goes to him. Hopefully you found this video enjoyable and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.